Hi everyone, Shyaman is here from Hyper Automobiles, and the car that I'm going to review today is a 2017 BMW 3 Series, the 330i GT M Sport to be specific. Before that though, please do subscribe to our channel because you'll be notified whenever we make a new upload. Also, as you can probably see, this is the best location we have ever got to review a car on Hyper Automobiles. Thanks a lot to Mr. Ganesh for that, the owner of this BMW, whom we'll be talking to later on in this video. Let's get started. First of all, I must say that this astral blue color on the 330i is gorgeous to look at. From the front, the aggressive bumper along with the shaped bonnet give the car its mean face. The kidney grills and the door surrounds on this car have been dechromed by the owner and have been wrapped in gloss black, which give it a sporty touch. As for the headlamps, you get BMW adaptive LEDs with DRLs. There are also LED fog lamps that you get. The gorgeous BBS 18-inch wheels make it even more sportier. The tire sizes on this car are 225/50 R18s. You of course get all 4 disc brakes. There are a couple of body creases on the side of the car that enhance its sleek design. And as you can see, this car has been fit with a roof box. Move on to the rear of the car and you instantly notice how the roofline swoops down to create a coupe-like curvature. At the rear, you get a double exhaust, full LED tail lamps and an automatic rear spoiler that rises when you're at speeds above 105 km per hour and sits back down when you're below 65 km per hour. The rear spoiler can be operated via a button inside the cabin. Before getting in, I must say that I love these beautiful frameless windows that you get on the car. Once you are in though, you sit nice and low to the ground, and as for myself, I have a generous amount of headroom as you can see. I really like this cognac brown interior in this car. The seats are supportive and have been cushioned very well, but one feature they do miss is the lumbar support. The design of the dash is minimalistic and simple, with you getting a faux wood trim beside the AC vents. You get an 8.8-inch infotainment system with BMW's popular iDrive, which is an absolute joy to use. You also get dual zone automatic climate controls with physical buttons to operate them. Finally, there's a completely digital instrument cluster along with a multifunctional steering wheel. Now coming to the practicality, at the front I have my 1 liter Hyper water bottle over here with me, with which I'm going to test out the door bins. So as for the front door bins, as you can see, they can easily fit a 1 liter water bottle without any kind of issues. You get a soft opening glove box with a soft inner lining that is reasonably deep. You get some more storage below the climate controls, 2 cup holders, a cigarette lighter, a toggle/touch selector and some basic functions for your infotainment system, a center foldable armrest with sliding functions that reveals more storage, and finally the panoramic sunroof. You do get a vanity mirror with a light for the front passenger and a couple of reading lights for the front. Getting in and out of the rear seats is quite simple. I am about 5'8" to 5'9" in height and my headroom is a little limited. However though, I have loads of knee room and loads of leg room. I feel that the rear seats are a bit too upright and they could have been reclined a little bit more. Also, the middle seat gets a headrest and a seat belt as you can see, but I highly doubt whether you're going to be able to fit a person in the middle because of the incredibly huge transmission tunnel. Other than that though, you do get grab handles, extremely small door bins when compared to the front, some airplane style nets behind the front seats, 2 air vents for the rear passengers, 2 reading lights for the rear passengers, and a center foldable armrest with some more storage over here and 2 cup holders. In case you plan on carrying long items in your boot such as skis, you can fold down the middle seat individually. Now coming to the boot of the car, you can customize how much you want the tailgate to open via the infotainment system. This is the maximum opening and this is the minimum. The scratch plates are placed a little inwards so your paint is a little vulnerable while loading things in. However, once your luggage is in, you are presented with 520 liters of boot space, and the rear seats are a 40-20-40 split. Now moving on to the engine of the 330i GTM Sport. The engine you get here is a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder petrol engine that outputs a very impressive 252 horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque. And this torque is available all the way from 1400 RPM up to 4800 RPM. Now let's have a quick chat with this BMW's owner, Mr. Ganesh. Mr. Ganesh, what do you think about your BMW 330i GTM Sport?
This is a very practical car for me. When I bought the car, I was considering between the GT and the regular sedan. But then I have so many hobbies where I have to transport a lot of equipment to long distances, and also being with the family when we travel, we need a lot of practicality in terms of storage, all that. And GT served the purpose more than the regular sedan. So that's the reason why I went for it, and it perfectly fits the bill for me. It's a very, the engine, the 2-liter petrol engine is quite sporty with the 8-speed ZF gearbox. And being a rear-wheel drive car, it's really fun to drive in winding and twisting roads. So this car satisfies both being sporty and as well as practical. So I've taken this car to I use this car a lot in long drives. I've taken this to even Arunachal Pradesh for a road trip, and the car never failed me anywhere, be it really bad roads. The car has slightly better ground clearance too compared to the regular sedan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ganesh. Now let's get on with the final verdict of the car. Now coming to the final verdict of the car, so you get this automatic start-stop function with the car, which is quite helpful when you're at a signal, but it gets very annoying when you're maybe at an intersection or waiting to make a U-turn. You can turn this off as soon as you start the engine, but the caveat is it does not remember your last choice. Also, though the 3GT has a bigger boot than the normal 3 Series, the space saver tire eats into the boot space. So basically, it's not a space saver at all. It does make up for the negative points with its crazy 2-liter turbo inline 4 engine paired to the 8-speed ZF torque converter gearbox, and the shifting on this torque converter is crazy fast. Also, the fun factor is upped because of the fact that this car is a rear-wheel drive. It's definitely a very practical car too, with lots of rear legroom, knee room, And of course, the fact that the rear seats are a 40-20-40 split, which makes the boot a whole lot more flexible. Anyway, that's what we think about the 330i GT M Sport. Let us know what you think about the car in the comments below. And as always, please do subscribe to our channel because you'll be notified whenever we make a new upload. Thank you all so much for watching. See you next week. Goodbye.